back out.
Well, it's a beautiful night in downtown Summerlin. Football weather, some would say, and there's going to be a lot more football in the Vegas Valley real soon. Live from City National Arena inside Studio 31, this is Reveal Night. And welcome, everyone. Brian McCormack here with you. Great to have you with us on what is really a significant night in the sports landscape of the Vegas Valley. Tonight, we will get better acquainted with its newest member. Back on May 11th, the Vegas Golden Knights made the announcement that they had acquired an indoor football league franchise. Tonight we see that team's logo for the first time. We learn its name for the first time. We'll learn more about the Dollar Loan Center, the new home of the Vegas Indoor Football League team, which will be open this spring, and we will meet a few of the pertinent personnel who will drive this new franchise, and no one more important than Mike Davis. Mike Davis announced today as the first ever head coach and general manager for the Vegas Indoor Football League team. Extensive experience both in arena football and Canadian football, as he most recently came from the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League, the Saskatchewan Roughriders as well, and was the head coach for 6 seasons of the Nebraska Danger. Mike Davis, kind enough to join us in studio. And Mike, congratulations on the new job and welcome to Vegas.
Thanks for having me. It's
well,
a pleasure.
It's a thrill to have you here. And, you know, right off the top, this is an indoor football league that is expanding. That is the preeminent indoor football league in the country. Why was this Vegas opportunity for you the right fit for you and an opportunity that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, honestly, it starts with the ownership. You know, having the Foley Group behind you is second to none, and that's what makes indoor teams viable and successful. And if you can have a good ownership group, that's where it starts. Everything starts at the top, and kind of knowing more about it, that was a no-brainer.
Looking at your whole resume, and we looked at a little bit of it there, the coaching and the management aspect, but going further back, you played in the Arena Football League, you played college at Virginia Tech. There isn't a whole lot you haven't seen between college and arena and the Canadian Football League. That varied background for you, that has to be tremendously helpful in developing into the coach that you've become.
I think so. You know, a couple mentors of mine always told me the more you can do and the more you know, the better you'll be. And I've kind of taken a stronghold on that and kind of ran with it in my experiences leading up to coming to Vegas.
You know the indoor game inside and out. 6 years with the Nebraska Danger. You won a conference championship in 3 of those seasons. What are some of the intricacies of the indoor game, and how does your experience in the Indoor Football League give you a leg up on those who maybe don't have that kind of background in indoor football?
Well, I think there's a lot of rule niches that you have to understand as far as the belt and who can play and who, you know, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still 4-down football. You're still trying to end with a kick on every possession, whether it's an extra point or a field goal. And besides that, it's just fast-paced, and that's what I enjoy about it.
And we're going to talk about that throughout the night, folks, the stylistic differences, the rule differences, because there is some significant similarities and differences between the arena game and the game that you might see at Allegiant Stadium. When you talk about your background, even the Canadian Football League, I think it's got to be so dramatically different from a coaching perspective. You know, the Canadian Football League, there's so much real estate out there. It's amazing that the ball ever goes out of bounds at all. Versus the Indoor Football League, it's got to feel like a red zone possession every time you have your hands on the ball. So how, as a coach, are those two styles of play useful?
Well, I think the CFL game is a pass-heavy game. Obviously, you try to make it 70-30 or 65-35 pass run, but with 2 downs, you have to get the ball down the field. In the indoor game, obviously it's 4-down football, but you're still trying to score. So how many possessions can I get and how many stops can I get? So for us, we want to have a dynamic offense with a high-scoring affair and make it fan-friendly.
You played at Virginia Tech, and then you played in the Arena Football League after that. When you made that transition, when arena football became part of your life, what was that transition like for you? How did the becoming part of the arena game change your football life?
Well, when you play outdoor football, it's the rules. You're not handcuffed to do anything. When you play indoors, there's a lot of rules. As a linebacker, you have to be in the box. You can only blitz here. You can only do this. You can only do that. And so it's more one-on-one, straightforward when you go from outdoors to indoors, especially in the arena game. Now, the IFL game is a little different as far as stylistically because you can do some different things defensively and offensively with two guys in motion, and that's where the Canadian game comes back into play where, there's five guys in motion up there, and when you're going to see in Vegas, there's two guys in motion.
As the night goes on, we're going to talk more about what the recruiting process is like for you, how you're going to build this IFL team. But I'd have to think coming to Vegas and being in this market, there's a lot of great cities in this league, but this has got to be among the top. That's got to be a significant factor for putting this team together. I'm sure players want the chance to play in Vegas.
I'm sure there will be. We expect a big response for guys that want to come here, but honestly, we're not looking for everybody. We're looking for the character guys and that's what this team is built on, and that's what we're going to build the whole franchise on. And that was very clear when I started this whole process.
Now, for the fans who aren't yet familiar, you've been in the IFL for a significant period of time. It's a league that is growing since it came to be in 2009. How has the IFL evolved into what it is present day?
It used to be a lot of teams and then some stable owners, some not. Now you look across the board, there's every team has solid foundation and solid ownership and more importantly, solid coaching. The coaching in this league is probably the most competitive I've seen. I mean, if you just look at the situation this year with the playoffs, I think there was 9 teams vying for a playoff spot down to Saturday night, and it literally came down to a couple possessions on the last couple games to figure out who was getting in the playoffs and the seeding and things like that. So the talent's there, the coaching is there, and the ownership is there.
That's a great thing to bounce off of here because we've seen arena football in the Vegas Valley before. This most recent iteration will be the first IFL team that Vegas has had. How would you explain the league the way it is in terms of competitive balance, in terms of the kind of quality of players that they can expect to see at the Dollar Loan Center?
Well, I think if across the board of all the teams now, you look at them, there's a lot of guys that have played in the NFL, played in the CFL. Obviously, COVID had a hamper on a lot of guys getting those opportunities, and for us, it's just guys are hungry to get film. So you'll see a lot of guys that you may see them soon and you may see them for a few weeks, and then you may see them in Canada or and things like that.
Yeah, and the IFL has produced, I believe the website most recently said 80 players have gone to the NFL or CFL, so there is that developmental aspect for players that want to get a chance to get on the turf.
Yeah, everybody says developmental. For me, it's, hey, what's your most recent film look like? How can you, everybody wants to, I can make it to the next level, but what have you been doing? I've been working out. Well, there's no substitution for live bullets and being able to understand what's going on the field.
As we look towards opening day and what this team is going to look like, that there's still some time to put that all together. We do know it's going to be at the Dollar Loan Center. Now, you haven't been in town all that long, but we've gotten a chance to, and we'll talk more about the actual makeup of the Dollar Loan Center. But I've had a chance to see the construction site. It's definitely going to be an intimate building. There's going to be a chance for fans to be tight to the action. What is the ideal setting in terms of a home venue for an Arena Football League team?
Well, for me, a smaller, I don't want to say a smaller venue, but a quaint venue that's fan friendly. You're right on top of the field and on the players that you can be. It's loud. I don't want one of those 17,000 seat arenas that's half full. I would like to have a venue that's small and when the opponent's offense is on the field, it's very, very disturbing. Because it obviously the home field advantage is huge for us, and then when our offense is on the field, obviously we want to be quiet. But when they make big plays and score touchdowns. We want people to have a good time. That's what it's all about.
For the fans, there's that up on top of the action element. And I imagine for the players, there's probably more fan interaction in an indoor football league game than they would have in other settings.
Well, yeah, you probably lose somewhere between 30 and 50 balls a game, whether from passes going in the stands or kicks going in the stands. You'll see guys in the first or second row trying to catch a ball. So you have to pay attention to what's going on. But that's what people like, the intimacy. There's you're going to interact with fans and players on a play-by-play basis. And again, that's why there's no other game like it.
Now, I've got to ask again, we've got a loaded show today. We're going to talk more about the Dollar Loan Center and some opportunities for fans, but we're also going to learn the team name, and we're going to see the team logo and colors. I've been playing this game. It's funny. We found out this team was going to exist on May 11th. Every day it's gotten a little more real, and never more real than here where I'm sitting next to you. Have you tried to play or did you at any point during the last few months try to play the guessing game, what this team's name was going to be? Because I had a list of about 20 that I thought sounded good.
I did at first, and then it's like, you know what? That's above my pay grade. So I kind of just, whatever it is, I'm here to stand behind it and then kind of understanding what it's going to be. And, it's exciting.
Well, I've seen the logo and I've seen the colors. They're going to look good on you. So we're well prepared for head coach Mike Davis. We are going to step aside, but when we come back, we're going to be joined by News 3's Brian Salmond as we talk a little bit more with Mike Davis, not only about the IFL, but also the style of play, the league, but also what we can expect to see on the field. He can give us a little bit of an IFL 101. That's straight ahead on Reveal Night here from City National Arena.
Your heating and cooling system goes down, or you find a huge leak. It's time to call Yes Air Conditioning and Plumbing. With more than 50 service trucks to cover the valley, we're always ready to help you 24 hours a day. Our technicians are highly trained to handle any plumbing or HVAC challenges in your home. In fact, they do their job so well, you may never see them again. Visit theyesmancan.com to schedule an appointment today.
You gotta put your heart and soul into it. Give it 110%. This is what you've been working for. You gotta play like there's no tomorrow because...
Yeah, Dad. I got it.
Because this is where champions are made.
Back at City National Arena on Reveal Night as we learn the identity, the name, and logo of the new IFL team in Vegas. He's Mike Davis. I'm Brian McCormack. Mike Davis, the new head coach and general manager. And now joining us from News 3, Brian Salmond. Brian, thanks for hopping in. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Even though you spell your name with an I, Brian, you're all right with me, man.
Well, they got to differentiate us somehow. Well,
Like
Brian,
there's no other difference.
Yeah. He's got a lot of hair. We all know what's going on.
as many options as we can. Well, Mike, we're going to learn more about the IFL. We're going to learn more about really the style of play. Because as we've discussed, there are plenty of football fans in Vegas, and again, they've seen arena football before, but there's differences in the kinds of plays that you'll call, rules for I know running in runners in motion. Kicking. There's a lot of differences. So before we hit you with specifics, just the overall changes that a player going from college to an arena game has to adjust to, because the player probably has to make some changes to his own style.
Yeah, O-line, D-line, it's pretty much the same. Receivers, you have to understand getting used to the waggle and the motion. Whether you're going from one side of the formation to the other, or just straight yo-yo motion coming back and forth towards the line of scrimmage. And then as a DB, you have to understand, well, a guy's now running full speed at me.
Yeah.
So how do I cover this guy when he's got a full head of steam at me? How am I gonna? What are my choices? And that's just understanding the technique part of it and things of that nature.
And you were a linebacker when you played, so you can probably appreciate more than anyone the challenges on players in a smaller field and when they've got guys coming full blast.
Well, for a guy like me, it was a little slower. It was a little
You were a fleet of foot.
No, honestly, linebackers have a few rules that you can only blitz in the A gap. So, you're going straight forward. Obviously, if you're dropping into coverage, it's a little bit different. But the biggest adjustment is for the quarterbacks, the kickers, and the receivers and DBs. That would be the main issues.
All right. So, Mike, we talked a little bit about the football aspect of it. Let's talk about you and your family coming to Las Vegas. I mean, there's really not a better time to come to Las Vegas. We've got the Golden Knights, we've got the Silver Knights, we've got the Raiders here in town. We have an IFL team coming to town now. I mean, just how excited are you to be coming to this environment, Las Vegas, Henderson, this area, with your team?
Words can't put it in perspective, honestly. It's a dream come true. It's kind of surreal still. We got here last night, and it was just like, okay, we're doing this. Here it is. So it's nice to be a part of the family and to be a part of the entertainment process.
Yeah, and a family that you are a part of. Bill Foley's umbrella and the teams and the family that is underneath it. I mean, you really could not ask for a better owner, could you?
Absolutely not. When you do you're looking at a team and an owner, you do your checks and balances.
Oh yeah.
Pros and cons. There's a whole lot of pros and no.
There any cons here?
Yeah. Like, what's going on here? So this is too good to be true, and you kind of take it and run with it.
I got you.
And you came for the cool season, too. I'm not sure we broke 100 today, so you timed it perfectly.
Hotter the better.
I agree. I agree.
Mike, on the football side, again, I'm just going to hit you a few glossary terms. I've been educating myself for IFL football. And you mentioned the kicking game is a big difference. It's not just field goals. There's drop kicks.
Yeah.
You can
walk through kicking for us.
Okay, so for the kickers, the goalposts are 9 feet wide, 3 yards wide. Obviously, it's a lot different from a traditional outdoor goalpost, and you will have some kickers that can drop kick. Instead of 3 points, you'll get 4 points. But I've only seen that a few times. Normally, it doesn't end up well.
That's risky, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, I'd rather just have my kicker and count on our 3 points and kind of go from there.
Is Chad Ochocinco going to play for you guys at all? Because I know he's a drop kicker.
We have to reach out to Chad and see what happens.
Oh, okay. Terrell Owens as well. I mean, he's still in shape.
It's the negotiator. Can't give everything away on live TV.
No, I know.
How about even some differences like pass rushing? Like the blitzer has to identify himself?
Yeah, if there's two linebackers in the box, you'll see one guy raise his hand that identifies as he's the only one that can blitz. You can't for an outdoor term, you can't play smoke and mirrors and, I'm going to raise my hand, but this guy's going to blitz. So you know who's coming. That way, whether the running back has you or whatnot, they can identify who's coming and who's not.
Okay.
It makes it more of an offensive league.
Got it. So for that matter, fans can, every game is different, of course, but in general, is this a little bit more of a high-flying, high-scoring product that fans can look forward to?
Well, as a defensive mind, I like to say no. But you
come on, Mike.
Yeah, you can count on having 40-plus points a game and, having a swarming defense and a high-flying offense.
By your team, though, but not the opposing team, your team.
That's the plan.
Yes, exactly.
On nights when you hold a team to 25 points, you're like, Mike Davis suffocated them tonight. That was pretty good. How about for you, the recruitment process? We said that, players that are looking for more film, there's got to be players from all over the country at all different levels who are looking for that kind of opportunity. So how do you go about finding the right ones?
I have a pretty strong database, obviously being in the recruiting process and the CFL for the Riders and Toronto, the Argonauts. And so my database is pretty in-depth. But, for us, we're just looking for guys who, character first. I want the good character kids who are looking for some more film to get them an opportunity. Obviously, in the past year and a half with COVID, kind of messing up everything for players. And it was hard. Like this year in the CFL, we had no preseason games. So there was a lot of good players that got cut that probably would have made it if they had a chance to actually play a game. And then there's some guys that from smaller schools, you might be that second teamer behind All-American or a third string guy behind All-American that needs a breakout, and this is your opportunity.
And you touched on it a little bit, but as far as guys that you're trying to get to come to your team, I'm sure you have received a million phone calls, a million text messages. Obviously we just revealed that you are the head coach, but but I'm sure maybe there might have been some rumblings in the industry. You're not going to have a shortage of guys that want to play for you.
I don't think so. I would hope not anyway. There's some guys who knew, some agent friends that knew I was taking the job, and obviously there's been some rumblings around the coaching circuit and things like that. But really, I haven't received calls. It's been nice.
Okay.
I expect that to change.
You will.
Yeah. After once the season's over and guys start understanding there's going to be another team on the West Coast and
yeah.
Coaches have a group text thread like the rest of us do, I'm sure. Yeah,
exactly. Now, this is not something that you will have to worry about, but this is something I can tell you, and that we can get to all these fans out here. The fact that having an arena football team in Las Vegas or Henderson, it's going to probably mirror the Golden Knights, the Silver Knights, and the Raiders with the entertainment aspect. You realize just how entertaining the football game and the actual event of going to a game will be here in Las Vegas.
That's one of the things that I'm actually looking forward to. Obviously, I won't get to see much of it, but
your wife will.
Hearing everything that you go to the Vegas Knights games and you hear it's a show, an entertainment, and then there's a hockey game. Well, I expect the same thing with us, and to be able to have the entertainment value, and then a football game just happens to be played during that.
Gotcha.
Well, I want to know what we're going to call this team and what it's going to look like logo-wise, colors-wise. We're going to find out on the other side of this break. We'll hop out. The grand reveal straight ahead on Reveal Night here at City National Arena.
And if it happens to you, you need to know who to trust. Trust the team that has helped thousands of injury victims and their families get the justice they deserve. Trust the team led by a former insurance defense lawyer and by one of the nation's top personal injury attorneys. Sam and Ash are who you want in your corner when the going gets tough, because you deserve what's right.
Vegas, the Indoor Football League is here. Catch all the high-flying, hard-hitting action of Vegas's new IFL team next summer at the brand-new Dollar Loan Center. Fans can place their refundable $20 season ticket deposit now, and season tickets start at just $10. Visit VegasIndoorFootball.com and get ready for Vegas's next big hit.
Few challenges are as difficult as getting injured. And if it happens to you, you need to know who to trust. Trust the team that has helped thousands of injury victims and their families get the justice they deserve. Trust the team led by a former insurance defense lawyer and by one of the nation's top personal injury attorneys. Sam and Ash are who you want in your corner when the going gets tough. Because you deserve what's right.
Well, hello. Welcome to News 3 Sports. I am Brian Salmond, and you guys all know that because you watch News 3 religiously. But you don't know the two gentlemen that are next to me, and this is Mike Davis. You know what? He is the new football coach for the IFL team that will play in Henderson. So give him a hand clap at home. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this fine gentleman over here is Brian McCormack. He spells his name wrong, but he is a very good dude. You know him from the Henderson Silver Knights. He is the play-by-play man. B, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We're having a fun night tonight, Brian.
No, absolutely. We're doing the night reveal of the name and logo of the new IFL team. First of all, you got the head coaching job. Congratulations. How excited are you to be the head coach of the new IFL team out there in Henderson?
Words can't put it in perspective, honestly. It's a dream come true for us to be able to come back and start this thing in Vegas.
And how about you, B-Mac? I mean, the fact that we have this under the umbrella of Bill Foley's tutelage, a new team.
New team and a new venue in the Dollar Loan Center. They'll be ready just in time for the IFL season, and it's fun to see as that building goes from a construction site into a home that the tenants are getting ready as well. So we've had a great night talking about what this team is going to look like, what this league looks like, and what Mike Davis plans to do with it.
There you go. This guy knows television. That's a tease of what we're going to do right now. It is the night reveal. We want to know the name of the team. We want to know the logo. You want to know that. You want it, right? All these, yeah?
I'm on board.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's show the video. Drum roll, please. Ooh, the Nighthawks, the Vegas Nighthawks. Sweet. I think it's dope. Black, gold, red. The colors couldn't be any better. What do you think, Mike?
Love it. How can you not love it?
I know. I need a jersey. I need a polo shirt. Mr. Foley. I'm sure that's not what I should ask for. Yeah.
Well, Mike, you talked about how it's a fun, family-friendly atmosphere, but on the field you want to be imposing, and that's an imposing color scheme to me.
I mean, absolutely. Anything with the black and gold and the red VGK.
Of course.
Why not?
Of course. You know a little something about the background and how they came up with that?
The inspiration of it, for sure.
I don't think Mike designed it. What do you know about this?
I didn't design either. If I did, it would be a stick figure. But luckily, we have professionals who handle that. I can talk about it, though.
There you go.
You know what's fun is that each time we do a reveal night like this, it's kind of a continuity of that initial Golden Knight concept.
Yes.
We had the Vegas Golden Knights, we had the Henderson Silver Knights with the Warhorse, and now the Nighthawk is part of that militaristic family, let's say.
Yes.
He kind of acts as the scout. In a sense,
is that what he's doing right there? He's scouting.
And if you look, so you can see on the logo there, you see the wings, but then you see in the negative space the eyes there. The Nighthawk is the eyes of the Golden Knight. He surveys the battlefield. He probably inflicts a little damage of his own. And then, of course, we have the Vegas Star, which is just above it. Which, if you recognize that when you see the "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign, there's your star. And why does the Nighthawk shimmer gold as it does? He's illuminated from the back by the Vegas Star. So
wow,
it fits the overall theme of the Golden Knights, the Silver Knights, and now the Nighthawks, and they're ready for battle.
I like that. You know what, Mike? This is the first time ever in a Channel 3 sportscast that I've done that we've used shimmer in a sportscast. I like that. The shimmer of the...
Brian, to do this job, you need to have 11 synonyms for the same word to get to over and over. But
I'm not sure shimmer was my perfect choice.
Is that what you're thinking?
Is it you're excited for your guys to go out there and shimmer?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a sharp look. It's a fun logo. It's going to be a great name. And I'm looking at all the other names in the IFL. This is my new favorite.
All right. If you can, Coach, because you are a coach now, you're coaching us, kind of let the people at home know what kind of brand of football they can expect that's different than, what the Raiders give in the new IFL Nighthawk team.
The perfect scenario is it'll be fast-paced,
Okay.
hard-hitting, edge of your seats. There's footballs that are going everywhere.
Gotcha.
We lose, like I said, 30 to 40-ish balls a game.
Souvenirs, baby.
They get to keep them. That's good.
Absolutely. Balls can go in the stands. You can keep them. Players, you got to throw them back.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you'll see some guys trying to make some.
You can't take the.
I mean, some people might try, but you'll see some guys trying to make some athletic catches, and they'll end up in the first or second row.
Okay.
So that's for us. It's just we want to impose our home field advantage, and that's where it starts.
All right. We have about 60 seconds left in this deal. I have to say again, congratulations. Welcome to Las Vegas, you and your beautiful wife. Brian McCormack, it's good to be back on air with you after doing the Silver Knights games.
I missed you.
Yeah. This guy in this beard, man, he's teasing me with the beard because I can't grow a beard on television. I look crazy, but very well done.
You keep give me credit for things I don't have. That works just fine for me.
There you go. Season starts around
March.
Okay, and you're going to have tryouts as well.
Yeah, we will have at least one tryout here in Las Vegas locally, and news of that will come here shortly.
Okay. Jesse Merrick is our weekend guy at the station, played college football. He may want to try out for your team.
Come on.
You heard that, Jesse. All right. The new head coach of the Nighthawks, the IFL team that will play at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Mr. Mike Davis, my man.
Thanks, buddy.
B-Mac. All right, well, that will do it all for sports. I had a little bit of help, and they really picked me up. I jumped on their backs, and they made this very, very nice. So we're headed to a break. You guys are going back to News 3. We are still going to do this on the – we're going back to the desk. Excuse me. Well, I'm done talking, running my yap. Back to you guys. I'm sure you missed me. You wish I was in the studio, but no, I'm doing fun things. Sorry, guys.
Vegas Nighthawks gear is here. Get ready for Vegas's inaugural IFL season with official Nighthawks apparel. Stop by the Arsenal at City National Arena and the Livery in Henderson, or visit VegasTeamStore.com and look your best on game days with Nighthawks hats, shirts, and more. Get ready for Nighthawks football and unite in flight. Vegas, the Indoor Football League is here. Catch all the high-flying, hard-hitting action of Vegas Nighthawks football next summer at the brand-new Dollar Loan Center. Fans can place their refundable $20 season ticket deposit now, and season tickets start at just $10. Visit VegasIndoorFootball.com and unite in flight.
Dollar Loan Center is proud to host the newest sports team in Las Vegas in our state-of-the-art arena. Our $5,000 signature loans are the safest short-term loans around. We give you the most time to pay your loan back, and we're usually half the cost of most short-term lenders. Really. Apply for free online at don'tbebroke.com today or at one of our 60 locations. Just like our newest team in the Indoor Football League, Dollar Loan Center was born right here in Las Vegas. Your trusted community short-term lender for over 23 years.
Back on Reveal Night, we are here at Studio 31 at City National Arena, and we've learned a lot tonight. We've met head coach and general manager Mike Davis, and now we know the identity of our new IFL team. The Vegas Nighthawks will take to the turf at Dollar Loan Center this coming spring. And now time to learn more about the Dollar Loan Center and what you can look forward to at the new venue. And for that, we're joined by Amanda Fleming. Amanda Fleming is the manager of Group and Event Suite Sales. Thank you so much for joining us on this thrilling night. And right off the top, we need more opinions on what we think of this new logo.
I mean, I think it's incredible. I can't wait to see it in the middle of the field, just paying tribute to another sports team here in Las Vegas. I love how it ties the brand together, and just ready to see it this spring.
And there's a lot for us all to be excited about. And as we mentioned, although we're learning a lot tonight, we learned that this team was going to exist back in May, which makes for a very busy summer for you as fans start to find out how they can set themselves up for IFL football this coming season.
You said it. It's been a really busy summer, but super exciting with the Dollar Loan Center coming into construction. We've been letting our premium members and premium guests do some hard hat tours of the arena, really get a feel and hand pick their suite if they want to. So go in there. It's really great. Every single time we do a hard hat tour, of course, there's more and more construction being done, and it's just so exciting to hopefully see an outline of a finished product here in a few months.
Now, for those who have not been out there yet to drive past it at least, the fact you're giving these hard hat tours of a construction site is awesome. You said some of them are picking their suites. I think there's 24 in the building we're expecting.
About 24 suites. They're going to range in size to really accommodate anyone, friends, family, corporate outings, about 14 to 29 guests, so really customizable throughout the season. The premium level there is going to be incredible. I mean, the intimacy of Dollar Loan Center, every seat in there is right up and close to the action. The premium level, you're going to be able to take your friends and family to the bar, never not a drink in your hand. There's going to be plenty of concessions available, food and beverage. But one of my favorite parts of the premium level is this incredible terrace, overlooks the Las Vegas city skyline, and then you see that iconic Las Vegas Strip just lit up at night. And I mean, isn't that going to be incredible to see your team and playing Strip in sight?
Yeah, that would be great, but hopefully I'm not up there.
Or drink in hand, either.
Right, or drink in hand.
I mean,
fortunately for us coaches, we get to call the game from the field, and but it sounds amazing. I haven't personally gotten to see it yet, but I'm looking forward to taking that tour. And for you mentioned the intimacy part of it. The closer you can get to the action, the better. It's back and forth, and the opportunity to get some souvenirs is better close.
So a lot of our fans are going to feel very familiar when they step into this venue. I mean, it was modeled after T-Mobile Arena, the arena we all know and love in the heart of Las Vegas. They're going to step in. It's going to be a 6,000-seat arena, so just scaled down a little bit. Perfect for that family-friendly atmosphere. As I mentioned, really not a bad seat in there. Everything's going to be up and close to the action. You were talking about souvenirs. We're going to have those field-level seats. You're going to be toe-to-toe with the players. Of course, some VIP opportunities as well with hospitality and food and beverage. So just a nice experience for anyone who's looking for right in the action, right on the field.
It's the only way to be.
I mean, I think what's so interesting is you mentioned we've talked about suites. There's VIP lounges, field level. You're going to have, we talked about the intimacy that 6,000 seats brings, but you're going to have the amenities that you would expect in an 18,000 seat building. You're going to have the best of both worlds for what Bill Foley has dubbed a mini T-Mobile.
Exactly. You're going to have that food and beverage. You're going to have the concessions, multiple bar options. And then what's really nice is if some of our fans have been to T-Mobile Arena and know about those lounges that have access with various seat levels, we're also going to have that opportunity. And great for hosting corporate meetings, clients, even birthday parties, holiday outings. So we'll have some single game suites as well as group ticket options for anyone that might be interested in putting something together this fall.
Well, I'm so excited about the renderings I've seen, and I have gotten to go over the construction site and see what is developing. That terrace where you can look over the strip is just unbelievable, and I don't think there's too many IFL teams moving into a brand new building that has amenities like this. But you mentioned you had a chance to give some tours, and I'm sure there are certain aspects of this building that the fans you've spoken to are particularly excited about. What's been coming up the most?
So I think they're really just shocked of when we go to that premium level and when you tour those suites and those loge boxes for 4 to 6 people, you're typically up a little bit higher in most stadiums. Here you're just right up and close to the action. So everyone's just shocked, awed how they can have this premium experience but still feel like their feet, step out, can just grab the players. And then on top of that, just like you mentioned, the different premium amenities that we're going to have for the fans.
I think that's the most fascinating part about this is that just the way the building is constructed, it's an arena football setting. So like you said, 6,000 packed is great compared to what could be 15,000 seats and cavernous and half full. But the worst seat in the Dollar Loan Center is probably going to be the closest that a lot of our fans have ever sat to any kind of professional action. So that's it's a very unique aspect for something of this size. And Mike, I would think again, for the players on the field, you want that right on top of you kind of atmosphere that the fans are going to have.
Absolutely. We preach to our players, have a lot of fan interaction and enjoy it. Get to know the people. Obviously, you have season tickets in row 1, seat 3 through 6, and you're there every game. You're going to get to know those people. If they have a kid, if they don't, this is a corporate outing here. I know these people, and so that's what makes it a little more intimate for us. But for me, as loud as you can make it, the better.
And those loge boxes, all these opportunities, these varied opportunities for those kinds of parties and events, and how it's going to be so much fun. Amanda, I've got to ask you, because you'd be the expert in this, as you're giving everyone else tours and they're figuring out what they would like, put yourself in a fan's shoes. Where do you want to be in that building?
Well, I want to be on that premium level. I want access to that terrace where I can go have a drink, pre-game, overlook the city, and then come back to my seats and, just really have that VIP experience and invite my friends and family and coworkers. You might be working, but
we can have a corporate event. We deserve a corporate event. Let's do it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be so much fun. We now know what the hats and T-shirts are going to look like that the fans will have in the stands. Fans can start making moves on these seats now. What's some of the information they can have to start making their plans for next season?
Yeah, fans should absolutely start making moves. We are accepting refundable deposits right now on nighthawksfootball.com. Tickets for the season tickets are going to start at $10 a game, which is incredible. I think a very family-friendly, affordable atmosphere. And then if you are interested in touring any of the premium spaces that we have or getting out there for a hard hat tour, you can call our ticketing line 702-645-4259.
And who wouldn't want a hard hat tour of the Dollar Loan Center, as it looks more and more like the home of the Vegas Nighthawks every single day. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to putting fans in the stands at the Dollar Loan Center.
Thanks, Brian.
That was Amanda Fleming. We will step aside, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up here on Reveal Night with head coach and general manager Mike Davis. Again, this is Reveal Night as we get to know the Vegas Nighthawks. Vegas Nighthawks gear is here. Get ready for Vegas's inaugural IFL season with official Nighthawks apparel. Stop by the Arsenal at City National Arena and the Livery in Henderson, or visit VegasTeamStore.com and look your best on game days with Nighthawks hats, shirts, and more. Get ready for Nighthawks football and unite in flight. Vegas, the Indoor Football League is here. Catch all the high-flying, hard-hitting action of Vegas Nighthawks football next summer at the brand-new Dollar Loan Center. Fans can place their refundable $20 season ticket deposit now, and season tickets start at just $10. Visit VegasIndoorFootball.com and unite in flight.
Dollar Loan Center is proud to host the newest sports team in Las Vegas in our state-of-the-art arena. Our $5,000 signature loans are the safest short-term loans around. We give you the most time to pay your loan back, and we're usually half the cost of most short-term lenders. Really? Apply for free online at don'tbebroke.com today or at one of our 60 locations. Just like our newest team in the Indoor Football League, Dollar Loan Center was born right here in Las Vegas. Your trusted community short-term lender for over 23 years.
Back inside Studio 31, I'm Brian McCormack, along with head coach and general manager Mike Davis of the Vegas Nighthawks. We've learned a lot tonight. This team, this brand is taking shape, and although we're off the air in a few minutes, you can continue to learn more about this franchise because the internet is your friend, and we have the social handles for the Vegas Nighthawks on Twitter at NighthawksIFL, Instagram and Facebook at Vegas Nighthawks, and you can always hop onto NighthawksFootball.com. As again, now that we know what the name and logo of the team are, well, now we're off and running. And Mike, for you, that's a lot different than what it means to be off and running for me. For me, it means stories and pictures and fun things. You're building a football team, so between now and let's say March for a ballpark figure, what is your timeline for recruiting, for everything that goes into putting men on the field?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to gather my staff. I'm going to put together a great staff with some NFL connections and some ex-NFL players and things of that nature, just so we can help really teach and develop some guys that need maybe something, whether it's getting in and out of your breaks or better, get off on the D-line or whatever it may be. Because I truly believe like these kids, as good as they are in college, there's still another step, and whether you got injured or you just, again, you had the problem with COVID hitting everybody and you didn't have a pro day, you need some more film. That's what we're here for. So once I get my staff kind of assembled, we'll start scouring the country for good quality character players that they can help us bring a championship here to Las Vegas.
And I don't doubt, as we've talked about players who want more tape and what a great opportunity the IFL can be for them, your varied coaching career and playing career, you've been at multiple levels of pro football for a long time. You've crossed paths with a lot of very smart football people. I imagine there's a lot of people on the coaching side that also view the IFL as that kind of an opportunity and are eager to work with you.
There's not a lot of people there's a few people who know that I was going to be the coach,
sure.
and obviously some close personal friends, and but for me, I'm kind of like letting everything play out, and I've spoken to a few guys, and there's some interest from me, there's some interest from them, and I would like to get that kind of wrapped up here in the next 30 days, and kind of once we get our staff together, we can start signing players in October, and we'll hit the ground running.
Something else you mentioned when Brian Salmond was on the set with us that was fascinating is there will be tryouts, or at least one. That's part of the recruitment process. So what goes into the tryout process, and how often do you find surprises in that kind of a setting?
When I scoured the country when I was in the CFL with guys for tryouts, and we found a number of guys that are starting currently in the CFL, and I expect the same thing. Obviously, with my connections in the great league up north, and I'll have GMs and personnel guys coming through here on a season basis, for training camp and some games, and obviously it's easy to get to Las Vegas, and so that'll help bring some more eyes to guys. And then for us, have at least one tryout here locally in Vegas, and I would love to have some local talent, especially some guys who played in local high schools here, went to college, came back, and for whatever reason, obviously, can help us win. That's the main goal. But tryouts will be consisted of, we'll do all the combine stuff, maybe not all of it, but 40, broad, short shuttle, and will be a lot of position specific stuff, and then a ton of one-on-ones, and we'll see who can play and who can't.
Well, as Brian Salmond said, he wants Jesse Merrick to try out, but Jesse needs to be on the desk on weekends, so we'll have to see how his schedule allows. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the office, a lot of time on the field, but this is your home now, and you've just moved to Vegas. So how are you going to whatever extent your social calendar allows, over the next few months, get acclimated to your new home? What are you excited about for actually being a Vegas resident now?
Obviously we want to take in some of the high school football and see some Aviators baseball and things like that. Obviously we're going to see hockey. That's second to none. But for me, I enjoy getting out on the golf course and things like that, and I love the heat, so anything I can do to kind of stay active.
Let's touch on the hockey because, again, your co-tenant at the Dollar Loan Center will be the Henderson Silver Knights when they move in April. So you're going to have head coach Manny Vivros. I imagine his office probably down the hall from yours. We'll get you guys on the golf course together. But you coaching in Canada, you have family that is Canadian, so you're not foreign to hockey. Do you expect to catch a lot of Silver Knights games and Golden Knights games? Is that I mean, what choice do you have, right?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's time permitting. My phone rings 24/7, and so for me, it's a night at the Vegas night game or the Silver Night game. It's probably still answering the phone, unfortunately. But that's what I'm paid to do, and that's is to put a good product on the field.
Sure. Well, we'll let you and Manny decide amongst yourselves how many of your players we can get on skates for fun and vice versa. That's the facial expression I was expecting. Probably, maybe you can just knock me around. We'll see what happens. But we talked about how you're going to spend some time in Vegas and get acclimated. What else does Mike Davis do when he's not doing football? Football is, I'm sure, 95% of it. But when Brian was in here talking before, you're a big basketball guy too, which I did not know.
I do like to shoot hoops every now and then. Obviously, as you're getting older, you got to stay somewhat active. And who likes to just go to the gym and push weights around all the time? For me, I like to be active, and whether that's basketball or golf or something like that.
Well, the hardwood will be down at the Dollar Loan Center in March for the Big West Conference. So here I am. I'm volunteering all your free time. That's very rude of me, but we'll make sure you have some fun. Before we let you go, Coach, for fans that are excited about this team, again, there's still meat to be put on the bones of what the roster is going to look like, but I'm sure that there is a character element that you want every Mike Davis team to possess. So what is the archetype for this Vegas Nighthawks team? What are you trying to put together in terms of style and character?
Character and hard-nosed football players. That character is number one, and then I want guys who are just tough and understand that this is a business and we're trying to do what we can do to win.
Well, it's going to be a tremendous event when it happens on opening day. It's an exciting team. It's an exciting addition to the Vegas sports landscape. And, Mike, we're thrilled that you were able to come here and meet with us and meet the fans. And now there's work to be done. We'll let you get to it. But thanks so much, and congratulations again.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Head coach and general manager Mike Davis of the Vegas Nighthawks Indoor Football League team. We're off and running from here as we get ready for opening day, which is just a few short months away. That'll do it for us tonight from Studio 31 in City National Arena on Reveal Night. Thanks so much for joining us, and remember that you can follow along on all the Vegas Nighthawks social channels and online for more Vegas Nighthawks information in the weeks ahead. Again, Twitter, Nighthawks IFL, Instagram and Facebook, Vegas Nighthawks, and always nighthawksfootball.com. $20 refundable deposits are available today for your season tickets, which will begin at just $10. One more time with Mike Davis, I'm Brian McCormack. Thank you so much for spending your Monday night with us. We'll see you for football season next spring here in Vegas with the Vegas Nighthawks.